From my dreams to my thoughts, to the ink, to the pen, to the pad, to my lips, to the mic, to the fans, to the cheers, to the dance, to the delivery, to the beat, to my shoes, to my feet, to the stomping in the street. From the treble to the snare, to the bass line, to being perfectly timed, to delivering a great rhyme. To my method, to my style, to the way that I do it. It's a cycle of life, it's the cycle of music. From the earth to the sunlight, to the carbon monoxide, to the photosynthesis, to a plant grown 10 feet high. To the plant eaters, to the vegetarians, to the herbivores, to the red meat, to the cannibals, and to the carnivores. From the top of the food chain hunter to the hunted. From the carcasses, from the bullet hole, from what the gun did. From the gunpowder explosion, from the hammer, from the trigger, from the finger, from the hand, from the wrist of the killer. To the ghettos, to the slums, to the center of the project, to the sidewalks, to the losses, to all the human prospects. The junkies to the rappers, to the few good parents, to the blessings, to the love, to the way that they share it. From the selflessness to the selfishness and everything in between. To the jealousy, to the anger, to the hate, to the greed, to the green, to the hustle, to the grind, to the game. From the wood to the grain, to be raised, to be trained. From my dreams to my thoughts, to the ink, to the pen, to the pad, to my lips, to the mic, to the fans, to the cheers, to the dance, to the delivery, to the beat, to my shoes, to my feet, to the stomping in the street. From the treble to the snare, to the bass line, to being perfectly timed, to delivering a great rhyme. To my method, to my style, to the way that I do it. It's a cycle of life, it's the cycle of music. From the supplier to the dealer, to the scale, to the sack. From the meth, from the weed, to the shrooms, to the crack, to the pipe, to the snoot, to the lungs, to the nose, to the trip, to the addiction, to the high, to the lows. From the pose to the bombs, to the papers, to the straws. From the lighters to the razors, to a fresh menthol. From the money, from the pocket, from the pants, from the attic, from the work to the sales. From the cash to the plastic, to the poor credit, to life or debt, to lose everything. To the high class, to the double up, to bearing gold rings. To the shine, to the stars, to the sky, to the planets, to the guidance, to the wisdom, to how long they have lasted. To the infinite, to the telescope, to the eye, to the sensors, to the senders in the brain, to multiple receptors, to decipher, to comprehend, to understand, to know, to explain, to describe, to emphasize, to show. From my dreams to my thoughts, to the ink, to the pen, to the pad, to my lips, to the mic, to the fans, to the cheers, to the dance, to the delivery, to the beat, to my shoes, to my feet, to the stomping in the street. From the treble to the snare, to the bass line, to being perfectly timed, to delivering a great rhyme. To my method, to my style, to the way that I do it. It's the cycle of life, it's the cycle of music. From the man to the woman, to the boy, to the girl. From the land to the seas, from the heavens to our world. From the eyes to the lips, to the breast, to the ass. From the hug to the kiss, to the slow sex, to the fast. To the lust, to the interest, to the talking, to the couple, to the commitment, to the restrictions, to all the trouble. To the breakup, to the makeup, to all the lost promises. To the marriage, to the pregnancy that broken condoms did. To the birthdays, to the stress, to the welfare checks. To the food stamps, to the double shifts, to doing your best. To the lack of time, to the lack of intimacy. To the first adult over, to the second baby on the way. To the mortgage, to the poorer. To the birth, to the questions, to the accusations, to the test. To the results, to the shock, to the shouting, to the regret. To the anger, to the fury, to the enraged, to the berserk. To the name calling, to the beating, to doubting one's worth. To the self-defense bruises, to the black eyes, to the cuts. To the baseball bat, to the 9mm, to enough is enough. And enough is never enough. Love will always leave you fucked up.